The following program may contain elements not suitable for all ages. Performances are conducted by trained professionals. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, John Biz and the family business look to get their hands on Dirty Don Martini.
Then, in our main event, WWE legend Billy Gunn goes one-on-one with the Wild Thing, Tony King. Family business. Get your facts straight, Kenny.
I think when Dirty Don Martini does that kind of stuff, it's more retaliation. As we see Don with a some sort of variation of a stunner. 1, 2. And Matt Burns ran into the ring here.
Dangerous man walking George Street, Matt Burns. Human wrecking ball, got you in the thoroughbred, Blake Maxwell. What are you going to do? You're not going to stop him. With a mind like John Bennett? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I thought you said he didn't have any friends.
I suppose there's a difference of having friends and two football players there that just want to beat people up.
Be that as it may, it looks to me like he has some cavalry here.
You call it cavalry, I call it just dumb luck. Because somebody else that has crossed family business before. Sounds to me, it looks to me like Don wants a mic to hog the spotlight again. What a shot.
That's about one of the biggest screw jobs I've had in the last few months. John Biz, I'll prove it every single night. I'll go through every single one of your crew. You may have the numbers, but after last night, looks like I got some tag team champions at my side. As far as I'm concerned, I just had that match won. That was in the bag! And you know what? I see 3 of you, and I see 3 of us! I say we make this a fair fight! 6-man tag! Right here tonight! Right here tonight!
You 3 want to sign your own death warrants by going up against Family Biz? Huh? The thoroughbred Blake Maxwell. The meanest man walking Newfoundland, Matt Burns. And the human walking wrecking ball, Big Buck Gotch. Later tonight, this is gonna be a bloodbath. And it's your fault, Martini.
You got it, John Biz. You and Blaine Newman. You and Jimmy Maxwell. You and Fat Neck McGee. Guess what? The blood's on my hands tonight, John Biz. The blood's on my hands.
And Don Martini kicks out as we see Blake Maxwell hovering over the rope here. He looks like he's a little bit winded as Matt Burns is taking his dead time here.
Blake was in that match for a long time. And just dealing with Justin Locke having to, oh, this cannot end well. When Buck Gotch gets in the ring, people get hurt.
The referee is counting him. He's just blatantly choking him. This is what Buck Gotch does.
Buck Gotch does what he wants. But who's going to stop him?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I see. It's just the little things. Like a nerve hold, the size of Buck Gotch, the size of his hands, that'll wear you down. I don't care who you are.
As you see, Dirty Don Martini is trying to get to the ropes. Or he's trying to get the fans behind here in the CLB armor behind him. And he makes a tag to Blake Maxwell, who comes back in. He's got a little bit of extra wind here. He's taking over where Buck Gotch is left off. It looks to me like whenever they're in trouble, Buck Gotch comes in, gets everybody back on a straight and narrow, steps back out, and lets everybody take over.
John spends top dollar to have Buck Gotch around, and it's reasons like that you see that as money well spent.
Speaking of top dollar, I mean, Blake Maxwell is no slouch. Obviously, trained by Lance Storm. He just did, and Don with another leg sweep here.
Oh dear God! No! When Don stops to scream, somebody hit somebody. Stuff breaks down. The stuff breaks down massively.
And we got everybody in the ring here fighting. This is nothing but mayhem.
It's a Donnybrook. Look at the shenanigans. This is tomfoolery. Like there needs to be some sense of. Oh dear God.
We got a standoff between the two big men here in New Evolution Wrestling.
Listen to the crowd. They want this. I want this.
Oh no!
Get 'em, boys. Hey, no. There's only supposed to be one side of the fair.
And the referee's clearly lost control of this. And poor Chris Murphy here is definitely worse for the wear, trying to get control of this.
And that's a good sign. Look at the two men standing back up in this. There's just not enough space in this fed for these two men to face off like this.
Well, we just talked about how, as we see these clubbing blows here between the two, we just talked about who's going to stop Buck Gotch. Well, it looks to me like
Mitch is going to try.
Mitch going to definitely try. He is Newfoundland's most unstoppable monster after all.
Well, they're brawling off. This fight is still going. They brawl off into the locker room. Don Martini's are stomping on Matt Burns. Justin Locke has Blake Maxwell over on the other side. Locke is really down there now, seriously. But I don't think that this issue is going to be solved from this match. I don't see it happening.
And Matt Burns with a massive kick to the face on Dirty Don Martini here.
Spear. Hate it when he spears people. It just comes out of nowhere. And it's just a violent spear. Like Maxwell with a picture perfect axe kick. He delivers some of the best axe kicks in the business.
And there's Dirty Don Martini.
Stunner. See, not good. Not good at all.
And Don going for the pin here. 1, 2, 3. Don Martini gets the victory over Blake Maxwell.
Excellent. Oh yeah, here, look at this. Now, pander to that crowd. Pander to the crowd. Yeah, well done.
Don Martini's celebrating here and having a little bit of fun with our videography team. And it looks to me like Don's got a little bit of one-up on the family business here.
Yeah, but it just keeps happening.
Blake Maxwell looks to be in shock here, and John Biz is irate. He's holding his neck.
Don's comeuppance is coming. Don't you worry.
And you're going to witness me destroy a legend and take my place on top of this company. each and every one of you will bow down to the king. I just want to say, just before I get started, I thought this shirt was kind of cool, but your shirt has it hands down. The Tony Sucks thing is awesome. Right there. Yes. Laugh. All right, here we go. Feel free to make some noise and say this really, really loud. Hey, if you're not down with me whipping Tony, I got 2 words for you.
Evolution Wrestling, and he's taking on the King of Kings, Wild Thing, Tony King.
And I guess you heard Tony say earlier in his message to the NEW office that he wanted some competition, something he could sink his teeth into. Well, sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for, because now he's got that WWE veteran. Been all around the globe, wrestling everywhere in our jam-packed All-Star episode today, Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn is here, and I agree with you, Mr. Winters. This is executive producer Mike Barrington, and normally I'd commend him for getting such a talent to come to Newfoundland, to come to New Evolution Wrestling. But this is him trying to teach Tony King a lesson about be careful what you wish for, because you just may get it. And look at the size difference here.
Billy Gunn certainly towers over the Wild Thing, so the Wild Thing's going to have to come up with some innovative offense if he wants to come out the victor here today.
Well, we've always seen Tony in situations where he may not always be the biggest dog in the fight, and he's come out victorious. Take a look back a couple of weeks ago when he went one-on-one with Titus. I believe he's going to have to employ the exact same strategy. Take a knee out from underneath the veteran and work on it, expose it, and just eventually lead to the point where Billy Gunn won't have it. He'll have no other option but to turn.
This is why I like having you out here, Mr. Bizniz. We think the same way, and certainly that's what Tony King's going to have to do. It worked well against Titus, but will it work well against Billy Gunn? We'll have to wait and see.
And Tony is uncharacteristically hesitant to make contact with Billy Gunn. Maybe possibly even a little bit intimidated. Oh, come on now, that's just disrespectful.
It's not fair. He's being constantly disrespected, as we said last time. Titus had it in spades, and now Billy Gunn seems to be continuing the trend.
Look, we get the fact that you are much taller than Tony King, but you don't have to make practical jokes at the man's expense. What are you, some kind of degenerate?
John Biz, and we see here, I don't really know if this is going to be much of a contest. Tony needs to choose a smarter game plan.
This was something of strength. This is what happens when you are goaded into doing something that doesn't go with your game plan. And Tony is smart enough to understand that trying to match power with Billy Gunn is a horrible idea.
Starting to work over the WWE legend.
He got out of it quickly with that kick to the stomach, and now this is what he's going to have to do. In the immortal words of Paul Heyman, he is going to have to be elusive and abusive this afternoon in order to come out victorious.
That is correct, and Billy Gunn crushes him in the corner and goes to pick him up for what's going to be looks like a vertical suplex here. Tony trying to fight it off.
Man, the last time Tony was up that high, they offered him peanuts halfway through the flight.
Certainly, he's taking a flight here. Billy Gunn just toying with him, holding him in the air.
Look, that's got to be super disorienting, all the blood rushing to your head, and you still know at the end of this where you're going. There's only one place for him to go, and that is down. Oh my God.
That is vicious, and you can see taking everything out of the wall thing. He needs to roll out of the ring and regroup. Here, and Billy Gunn absolutely laying waste to Tony King. This has gotten out of hand. They're outside the ring. They brawled through the confines of the CLB Armory, finally making their way back around. And Tony is just taking the beating of a lifetime. He hasn't been able to get the upper hand as of yet.
And look at Justin Crickard. Even Justin Crickard seems apprehensive to force this action to get back in the ring.
He does. He certainly does. Intimidated by the presence of Billy Gunn, I would say. Both individuals. Tony hasn't been able to get it on track as of yet, and he takes another vicious shot to the guardrail.
Those guardrails are pure steel, but I don't know which one hurts worse. Those big ham bones of Billy Gunn right into the face, or getting your face bashed off of those barricades.
Certainly, Tony King not having much luck as Billy Gunn makes his rounds, just toying with the wall thing here today on NEW. He dumps Tony back into the crowd once again. This is out of control. Justin Crickard needs to get this matchup back into the ring where it belongs.
Or this should have been a disqualification or a count out a long time ago. I don't understand. Was this billed as a no DQ
No, it was
match?
certainly not. And the referee needs to get it back under control. This isn't fair for the Wild Thing Tony King. He hasn't had a chance to regroup. Hasn't had a chance to catch his breath, and they once again make their way through the crowd here at the CLB Armory, the jam-packed crowd, I might add, at the CLB Armory.
Now you see them, they're down here by our commentary booth. And where are they going now?
Don't let Billy go. He'll take my wallet. Don't let him over here.
Right? He's literally parading him around. This is so unfair.
It's disgraceful. It's disrespectful. He's going to pay for it. And sure enough, the Wall Thing finally able to capitalize.
There we go. That's what happened. Even a great veteran like Billy Gunn, if you pay too much attention to the fans and not enough attention to your opponent, this is what happens, especially on the outside.
That's right, and Tony King, despite this difference in size, he'll take it to you, and Billy Gunn's about to find that out.
Now that he has Billy Gunn down, what do you think Tony King will have to do in order to keep his momentum going and secure a victory this afternoon?
I think he's just going to have to keep doing what he's doing right here and just lay waste to Billy Gunn as best he can, lay it all on the table.
Look, and here's, again, I'm actually kind of, I have to commend Justin Crickard now.
For this leeway.
For the leeway that
I
he's
agree.
showing.
I agree. It seems kind of fair now.
It does.
Seems a bit more fair.
Yeah, it's you know, let's give the NEW fans what they want to see, and that is Wild Thing Tony King beating the tar out of Billy Gunn.
It's definitely what they want to see, and Tony's certainly doing that. Look at that intensity there today as he puts the chokehold on Billy Gunn in the corner.
There you go. Much like our first match this afternoon with Bulldog Brandon Hines and Silas Young, Tony King realizes what kind of a feather in the cap it is for him if he is able to defeat a future Hall of Famer like Billy Gunn.
Certainly, and that's what he's looking like he's on his way to doing here as he wears Billy Gunn down with this chin lock.
This is all part of the psychological game. This is such a great idea. Take the fans out of the equation. He can't feed off of their energy while and at the same time doing some much needed damage to the back, cutting off his air supply, and giving Tony an opportunity to regain composure.
So you see Billy Gunn slowing down just a little bit here from the attack of Wild Thing Tony King, but he mounts his offense once again, and a reversal into the corner. Tony comes in, big vicious boot to the face by Billy Gunn.
Oh my God. And big clothesline, a pair of them.
Just mowing Tony down with these clotheslines.
Billy is firing up here now, shoves him into the corner, and he goes to the opposite, comes flying.
Big splash into the corner. Looks like he's ready to finish him off here. He looks like he's going for the Famouser.
Things are not looking good for the Wild Thing, but he gets out.
It looks like he's going to go for the kill switch. The finisher of the Wild Thing. Boom. Kicks to the breadbasket and Famouser.
Billy Gunn is just too big and too strong for that to happen. This has got to be it.
Rolls up the Wild Thing for the 3 count, and Billy Gunn is victorious today over the Wild Thing Tony King.
New Evolution Wrestling would like to thank the following supporters: Greco Pizza, Torbay Road, Westside Charlie's, Adam Tucker Photography, Kayla G. Travel, EJ Cram's Home Hardware, The Hub Printing and Catering, JC's Entertainment.